What is going on, guys? Judo Sloth here and welcome to today's Clash of Clans video. Make sure to go ahead and subscribe for all of my content, bringing you more attacks from mini clashes. The whole idea behind this is to bring you that beginner gameplay, and I get asked so many times in the comments of my videos, this is a max Town Hall 9 attack, will it work lower down? And the answer is always yes, it will work. You just have to adjust your strategy to the level of base you're attacking. So if you have lower level troops, you can't be expected to wipe out a max Town Hall 9. And I kind of want to reflect that to you with the videos here from mini clashes, that mid to lower level range. First up here, coming in is Quaker. As you can see, only a level 5 queen with this kind of engineered base. He doesn't have expos, has a ton of defenses. You'll see he has max Teslas as well, trying to sneak in there as well when you couldn't really see them. But again, you can still take it out, guys, as you will see here, coming in with a beautiful kill squad, using the golems and wizards to set that funnel. And again, if you have access to them, the bowlers are fantastic in your CC at Town Hall 9. He's then created that horseshoe shape around the outside of the base that the hog riders can just fly right the way through. And once you know their pathing, it really is placing the heal spells where needed, where it's thick of defenses, where there's splash damage, where there's giant bombs, anything that is a big threat to your hog riders. And also your cleanup troops in that of the wizards can be very important as well. You can see them coming in clutch with this one. Queen hadn't even used the ability. I know that's a little bit of an engineered base in itself, but we will get on to plenty of others, guys. Moving down to Town Hall 8, I should have said as well, max Town Hall 8 and above, we are recruiting a few more players before we open the door to the lower level players again. But basically here at mini clashes, we do need a few people that can help with the higher level donations, just so it's not put on a few members. Again, we don't necessarily have a limit on Town Hall levels. We will allow any Town Hall, but at the moment we're only going to recruit max Town Hall 8 and above. So you don't have to be max Town Hall 9 or anything like that. Feel free to request if you want, guys. Coming in for this second one with none other than the Goho at Town Hall 8. Could have been a little bit smoother on the CC kill, granted, but as long as you get that down, that is the main thing. You want to create that path for your hog riders. So skipping forward a little bit here, obviously the two golems coming forward, we then have the bowlers which will come through, and again just create that beautiful funnel, very much like the first one. When the hog riders come in from the right hand side of the base here, they are going to be drawn to this mortar. Could have been down, but ultimately they're going to go up to the top of the base, and that's where you can then use them heal spells exactly where needed. We have two of them. As you can see, the wizard tower and the bomb tower are the main threats here. There's nowhere really where there could be giant bombs, bar where the Tesla just popped up. So the heal spells used wisely to maintain as many hog riders as possible. Even if a giant bomb goes off afterwards, it doesn't really matter as long as they're not a double set, because your hog riders can then survive through that in order to get the rest of the base down in terms of cleanup. And again, a few wizards in order to help that one out. This one is a 3-star. Quickly wait of it getting to the 3-star actually before we get to the next one. But again, with these videos from mini clashes, I really want to bring you that lower level gameplay, the Town Hall, well, Town Hall anything, to be honest. Focusing a little bit more on Town Hall 8 and 9 today. I do have a Town Hall 7 attack in there for you as well, and that's basically just because, like I said, we are recruiting them higher level players. So Mini Avenger, one of our co-leaders, coming in with the Dragloon strategy, and honestly, this is one of my favourite at Town Hall 8. Takes out the hardest to get to air defence. It also happens to be the one that the air sweeper is pointing to, then brings the dragons in opposite it. Now, he could have brought maybe some hog riders onto this one or the balloons straight onto that, but honestly, with the two air defence down there together, really doesn't matter. As long as he puts that rage spell in, the balloons that come forward with the dragons will get over them to air defence very, very quickly. And again, it really is with this strategy, planning for the air defense, your whole plan surrounds the air defense. Once they go down, you're pretty much home and dry unless there was a lot of, say, archer towers and Teslas or whatever on the back end. Then you might have to consider that as well. King used to kind of clean up down the bottom there because the dragons can be a little bit slow, but you can use him if you're worried in terms of tanking for an archer tower on the back end or something like that. That may protect your dragons through. But again, as soon as you have that funnel set, as soon as you've got kind of them key objectives down, start the dragon deployment because they can be a little bit slow in themselves. So this is the Town Hall 7 attack, and it is again the dragons. Town Hall 7, I've been asked a few times in my videos recently, still very much dragons or hog riders are the two best strategies. For dragons, you can use a mixture of heal and rage, depending on if you can get to the air defense quickly. You might just decide to bring 3 lightning spells, take that out, and honestly, with level 2 dragons, you will be good to go in terms of getting to them other air defense. Again, just spread them out, guys. Make sure that they're coming in a line where they can sweep from one side of the base, you can see, naturally up towards the air defense, and balloons in the CC, sorry, can be very helpful here as well. But what I was trying to say is don't overcomplicate it in the funnel. You can, if you want to get really fancy, use one dragon either side, wait until they come in until you deploy the next ones to try and funnel the dragon straight onto an air defense. But if you have 2 of them, it's often a safer strategy to spread the dragons right the way across that side so they naturally continue straight forward, and the dragons will take out a building each and they'll just go straight forward. They won't be kind of drawn in and across the base as the buildings are still left standing and things like that. I hope that makes sense. Basically, line of dragons on one side. Dead simple, guys. Moving on to the next one, we'll actually move to the current war. We've had a pretty good record here. We have lost 1 war, I believe. This one is done. The other clan isn't going to be able to come back. They will not be able to get... They basically don't have any attackers left in order to hit our top base, which they only have a single star on. So, coming in with this one, it's again the Dragloon, and I love the Dragloon strategy. I really hope that you guys can take this away from this. There's a lot of ground attacks recently, and I really enjoy seeing the dragons, and honestly, lower level, they are very powerful. So I hope you guys can get that from the video. Again, just skipping through this one because it's the same idea. I just wanted to show you guys it's zap quaking that hardest to get to air defense, the dragons in that one line sweeping towards the 2 air defense and using the balloons as well. We had 2 separate groups on this one, slightly apart with the balloons so that they split across onto the air defense, but again, very, very similar strategy. So that is that one. Flew through that one, guys. I do apologize for that one. Let's move on to the next one, which is by Toki. We are flying through these in itself. Again, this is where we were explaining at the start of the video, can we take these bases with lower level heroes? And yes, the strategies do work, you just have to adjust it. This isn't a max Town Hall 9. I mean, it's a decent Town Hall 9, to be honest. Heroes are kind of mid-level, very much the same as Toki here, but he is going to obviously come through and pull out the 3 stars. So he's setting that funnel, he has the golems on either side, wizards obviously tanking in order to take out these trash buildings, and that just means that his troops will then be drawn into the middle. As you can see, the Valkyries do kind of steer off around the outside, but it's not going to matter. The Hog Riders is what he needs in order to finish off the raid, and it's that same thing, guys. Once you've created that kind of horseshoe shape, you've taken out all of the defenses here, the Hog Riders are going to move around that horseshoe from one side all the way around to the other side of the base, and that is how you can use them heal spells effectively when you know exactly where they're going to go. So we'll kind of skip through this one a little bit. As the Hog Riders come through, they're going to easily take that down. Still have golems on the left hand side. That's these kind of old ring style bases are kind of, you know, very much out of the meta. They're very easy to just tank along either side. Not necessarily at Town Hall 9, but higher up with the bowlers and witches, they do just go down in a flash. So there is that one. Very nice by Toki. Let's move on to the final attack of the video though, guys, which is number 6 here. Quaker again on this video, absolutely smashing it. Hog Riders again. So at these kind of lower level clan wars, what you want to make sure you're doing is luring the CC. You do not want to be leaving the CC up. A lot of the time they won't have centralized CCs. You can kind of just lure it with a single hog rider, as in this one. Use the golem as kind of a meat shield as the dragon locked onto that, the poison, and then the wizards were able to take that down alongside the funnel. Could have got a slightly better funnel. The bowlers do start to walk a little bit, so gets them hog riders in to try and compensate. Ends up losing just the one bowler, but again at this point the defenses are down in the east, and you can see exactly where the hog riders will go. The bowlers haven't quite gotten right the way into the middle of the base, so the hog riders are going to have to get in there and take down the expos. Might have even planned that itself, but it does mean that they are going to get hit by the giant bomb, so it's just a case of making sure that the heal spells protect that area where the hog riders are coming through. But as we go through this as well, the hog riders do kind of split, so we only have kind of one of them going into the center of the base, and it really means that a single hog rider, not the end of the world in terms of taking out one of the giant bombs. Obviously that's a lot better than having most of your hog riders getting hit by them big bombs and really doing massive damage. So there you are, guys, a couple of attacks at kind of lower level for you as this hog rider finishes off the final clan castle. I hope you enjoyed that one. Make sure to let me know if you want to see more mini clashes content. I've been your host, Judo Sloth, and until next time, peace out.